heading into midterms, what do they need to do? What can they do to, hold?
Well, one of the things they're going to be talking about pretty soon are the tremendous drop in drug prices. We've cut drug prices by 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500%. I don't mean 50%, I mean 14, 1,500%.
This is the exact moment where the house of cards starts to crumble. Donald Trump just claimed the drug prices dropped by 1500%. Think about that. Not 15%, not 50%, not even 100%, 1500%. That's not a savings, that's fantasy. That would mean drug companies are paying you just to take medicine. And the wildest part, he says this with the same confidence you did expect from someone announcing actual policy, not a cartoonish distortion of math. Now let's be clear, this is not just an embarrassing cafe, this is gaslighting at a massive scale, because while Trump is out here tossing around fancy numbers to dazzle supporters, the reality is Americans are still rationing insulin, scraping cancer meds and drowning in medical debt. But instead of doing the work to actually bring prices down, Trump scripted a letter to Big Pharma and then pretended it was a legislative miracle. That's not leadership, that's a theater. Then he pivots like only Trump can from magical math to a conspiracy theory about the value of liver statistics, firing the head statistician because the real number didn't fit his fake narrative. This is classic Trump. If facts don't work for him, he attacks the person delivering them. He blames the BLS director for supposedly giving Kamala Harris beautiful numbers, then acts shocked when those numbers are revised after the election, just like they always are under every president. The truth is data gets revised up and down all the time. Economists know this, Trump knows this, but he's banking on the idea that his supporters don't know this, and worse, that they won't care. That's not just a manipulation, it's outright contempt for the intelligence of the American public. Because instead of owning up to mistakes or offering real plans, Trump gives you math that makes zero sense and then sells it as progress. This is not just a mistake, it's a reminder that Trump's whole game is smoke, mirrors, and scapegoat.
Like what I can only assume is this 11-year-old right-wing influencer named Brylan Hollyhand, which is apparently the name of a real person and not a 19th century British paperboy. He wrote, "Breaking, Trump just announced drug prices will be coming down by 500, 600, 800, even 1200%. Yes!"
This second clip is where things go from absurd to genuinely dangerous. Enter Brian Hollyhunt, a young MAGA influencer who eagerly parrots Trump imaginary numbers, breaking drug prices down by 1200%. He tweets like a propaganda machine designed by someone who failed algebra, and it's not just laughable, it's deadly serious. Because while these influencers are pushing tweets and hashtags to please the cult leader, real Americans are suffering. They are losing access to care, they are scraping doses, they are burying loved ones who could not afford chemo. But to the MAGA machine, none of that matters as long as the optics look good. And that's the scam. Here's what they are not tweeting: that Republicans voted against the actual legislation, the Inflation Reduction Act, which did lower drug costs, that bill capped insulin prices, empowered Medicare to negotiate drug prices, and actually put money back in people's pockets, not because of Trump, despite him. What Trump did do was sign a bill that cut health coverage from 17 million people. That's the real policy, that's the real legacy, and no fancy tweet from Brian or anyone else can erase that. While Trump basks in delusions, real people are losing care, losing medicine, losing their lives. The worst part, Trump's most consistent legislative success was benefiting himself: a $200 million ballroom, a $1 billion jet, tax breaks that enrich rich companies, while you are still paying $800 a month for prescriptions. So when Trump supporters chant, "He fight for us," the question becomes, how? What fight are they talking about? Because the only person Trump has ever gone to war for is Trump. And that's what this clip exposes. The MAGA ecosystem is a feedback loop of lies. Trump says something fake, influencers repeat it, followers believe it, and the media cycle spins. But truth, reality, policy, nowhere to be found. Trump didn't lower drug prices by 1200%. He lowered your expectations and convinced you to cheer for it. That's the grip, and it's working unless you wake up.